Hey everyone, Tech here. Welcome to Tech's Tavern. Grab a brew, pull up a chair, and join me for a quick look on the Secret World. And this is in light of the no subscription change that was just recently made to the game. And in the background here, you're seeing some pre-recorded footage, actually. I'm kind of doing this commentary, post-commentary. So, and I apologize, some of the performance seems a little choppy. It actually should smooth that a little bit here. As I'm recording this, it looks choppy, but anyway. But I was recording this footage, I think, at a higher resolution than normal with, you know, shadows on and all kinds of stuff like that. So, but I wanted to just briefly give some of my opinions on the game. I had actually bought the game about, I don't know, about a month ago, just prior to them going to no subscription, because I caught it on sale on Steam. I think it was like 60% off, which ended up working out to be like $12 or something. And so I said, hell, for $12 I'll buy it and try it out for a month. Well, I played it a couple times, but I didn't really get into it very heavy, and I didn't have time to play it that much because of other things going on. Well, now since they took the subscriptions away, I decided to get back into it and give it another try. And actually, so far, I'm enjoying it quite a bit. And I will make also a note is that if you keep an eye on Steam, I know on Steam as of the date of this recording, which I'm recording this on the 29th of December, on Steam, I think it's on sale for 25% off until the 5th of January. So it's only like $22. And again, they've adopted, what they've done is they've basically taken the Guild Wars 2 style that you buy the game and then there's no subscription. So you pay, which the actual box price right now is $30. So, you know, you pay $30 or less if you find it on sale, for instance, and then that's it, you're done. And they do have some item shop stuff going on, but most of all the item shop stuff is mostly cosmetic. I mean, I think there might be some stuff in there that like speeds up experience gain, things like that, but you can't buy weapons and you can't buy like armor, but you can buy like, you know, cosmetic clothing, experience boosts, things like that. So anyway, but the game, I've been able to dive into it a little bit more. It's a very awkward game if you're really just used to playing games like, say, WoW or Lord of the Rings or Star Wars, The Old Republic, or Rift. It's very different from all of those MMOs. Number one, a couple big things, and in the background, the character you see me playing with, this character, she's one of my kind of test characters that I was messing with. She's a combination. There's no actual classes in this game. Everything is skills based. So you basically, they give you a bunch of different skills. You know, there's like 3 ranged skills, 3 kind of magic ones, and 3 melee ones, and you can kind of just combo however you want to do it. This character is chaos, magic, and sword, which is kind of a good survivability tanking kind of a build. And, you know, I had to do a little research to figure some stuff out, and a big thing on this game is synergy, like learning which skills work well with other skills so that you can combo, so that, you know, if I use this sword attack, it will add damage to this chaos attack, and if this chaos attack creates this condition on the mob, then this sword attack will do more damage. You know, there's stuff like that, which is really interesting to try to kind of... It's interesting that they don't, you know, stick you in one area of what you can do. You can kind of freelance it. The bad thing is if you make a really gimp build, you can kind of gimp yourself for a long period of time. But the idea is that everybody says is that, you know, eventually it'll all work out because you continue to get the skill points so that, you know, you can get past any bumps of mistakes that you may make. So that's very interesting. But getting back to the differences between this game and other MMOs out there, a big difference is that, number one, like I said, there's no classes. Number two is there's no levels. So you're not getting like typical, you know, hey, what level are you? Oh, I'm level 27. You know, you can't say I'm a level 27, you know, paladin. You know, that's not really how this game works. everything is based off of skill points. There's 2 different types of skill points, but it's basically everything's off skill points. So you'll be going along, you'll do a quest, you'll get a couple skill points, you'll kill some mobs, you get a couple skill points, and the skill points just kind of keep piling up, and you just keep spending them. So there's really no levels, no set classes. They do have these things called decks or whatever, which are kind of like suggested combos. Like they call a commando a guy who does assault rifle and shotgun. So if you pick that deck, it'll kind of give you suggestions of saying, hey, here's what you should do to be a commando. Or they'll have, like, for instance, under the dragon, which is one of the factions, this character here, she's called a martial artist because it's chaos and sword, and they'll give you suggestions on, you know, where you should put your points and what your end skills should be and things like that. So that's very, very different. The other thing that makes this game very different, and I think is one of the biggest plus factors of this, and some of you guys may have heard this already from things in the background right now. For instance, the video you're seeing is the video of an investigation quest, and they have different quest types, but the one that's the most interesting is these investigation quests, where they kind of throw something at you, give you a hint, and say, hey, you know, in that cut scene there, they showed you some manhole covers and said the Illuminati have, you know, these markings throughout the city, maybe you should follow them, and then you just follow them, and then the quest branches into several areas, and they don't always give you everything you need to know. There was a very interesting quest I did earlier yesterday that was a investigation quest where they basically told me I needed to go investigate some murders from the summer of 2002. Maybe you should check some newspapers. And I'm like, okay. And that's all they told you. They didn't tell you where to go, nothing. So I actually went through the process of, you know, going and finding a phone book at a phone booth, found where I thought was a good place to go. There wasn't anything there. I ended up going to the town hall, and I found some records, looked through the records, found some articles on the killings. That led me to go to another location, and it kind of just, you know, it carried on. And like I said, none of it was really handed to you. You just kind of had to kind of figure some of it out on your own. And that is very, very cool, actually. The strange thing is I almost get the feeling playing this game that I almost feel more like I'm playing a single-player RPG than I'm playing an MMO, because you know, I just don't feel the desire to be needing to group with anybody. I mean, it would be cool to have a buddy or two that I'm running around doing this stuff with, and we're doing it together and all, but it's not necessarily totally needed. So that kind of makes a weird, you know, dilemma of the game. But it's very cool from what little I've played so far. I've kind of played about 2 or 3 test characters, and to try to get a feel for the skills and the mechanics and how things work. And then I think I'm getting ready to re-roll a new character right now. I think I'm going to stick with the dragon faction. I've kind of tried one of each. And I don't like, I think it was the Illuminati. I didn't like their whole setup. They're all real arrogant, and I didn't really like their setup. The Templars are kind of cool, but they're, I don't know, they're kind of cool, but the Dragon is really interesting to me because they're on the whole butterfly theory, butterfly effect theory, and chaos, you know, controlled chaos, and it's a very kind of an interesting backdrop. So I think I'm going to stick with the Dragons, but I think I've just been playing with skills, so I kind of got a better idea of what skill paths I want to mess with now. But the game is, like I said, it's very interesting. There's no monthly subscription anymore, which is a plus for me, because I think my days of paying a monthly subscription are completely over at this point. I refuse to really pay monthlies, especially now that we have a couple of A+ MMOs like The Secret World and Guild Wars 2. I mean, if I want to play an MMO, I want to get an MMO fix, go run some quests, or, you know, do something, there's 2 games right there that do not require a monthly. For me to just go jump in and play for a week or 2 or whatever. So for me to go pay a monthly anymore, I think is kind of done for me. You know, I'd rather pay the $15 a month to buy a game on Steam than to pay a subscription at this point. That's just how I am. So, but anyway, like I said, it's very interesting. I mean, I would suggest to any of you to potentially pick it up. And you know, if there's any of you out there that are playing the game, you know, leave a comment below. Let me know what server you're on. Maybe if you're in the Dragon faction, maybe I can start a character on a server where one of you guys are at or something. We'll see. I think there was a server called Grim, like Grim, so I think I'm going to start my character on the Grim server. under the dragon faction. So I think that's where I'm planning to go. So you can try to look me up on there sometime, depending on what I name my character. And I think I'm going to go with sword as the main, from the stuff I've been experimenting with. I think I'm going to go with like sword and maybe pistols as a combo. I like the sword because it has some self-healing abilities. But, you know, like I said, the sword and chaos actually works really well together too. A lot of good AoE going on, so, you know, you get a lot of multiple mobs as you've seen in this video, and so being able to just spam AoE and take everything down is actually pretty cool. But like I said, it's a game I just kind of want to play casual, and the big thing is I really am interested to do more of the investigation quest, because it's really, to me, is the most satisfying thing. I mean, the investigation quest I did the other day was probably one of the best experiences in MMO I've had in quite a while. I mean, I was just amazed that it was so interesting. So anyway, that's it. I just wanted to do a quick video talking about the no sub on Secret World and my experiences so far. Like I said, it's been pretty positive overall. But again, I haven't played it a whole lot, and I intend to, you know, try it out from time to time. So anyway, that's it. Thanks for joining me on the tavern, and I will catch you guys next time.